Okay, hi. Okay, so we're going to lay out some windows, but before we do that, I made this mistake on the last drawing. Got to lay out the deck and the roof so we know where the center of the roof is. Okay, so I'm just going to go line. Whoops. Try it again. Line from this corner, and I'm just going to go 12 feet. Okay, now I'm just going to run it wild. I'm going to offset 8 feet. Okay, so he wants an 8-foot deck on this side and a 12-foot deck on that side. And they're all going to be under one roof. Alright, so we'll have posts running all down this side here. Now, the roof has a 2-foot overhang from the rest of the house. So we're going to offset 24. Okay. Clean this up. This is our roof line. So if we offset 24 from this end of the house and then fillet this, that's our complete roof. Okay? Goes right over top of this deck, this 8-foot deck. Now the deck will only go to the edge of the door. There'll be 3 stairs that go up. Okay, we'll just draw it right in there. Just pick it out of midair. And then trim here. Okay. That'll be our deck area. That'll be the roof. Now, if I take the center of the roof, okay, that tells us where the center of these windows will be. And I didn't do that last time. I just did the center here and ended up having to do it all over again. So, not very smart. Okay, let's put these guys on the railing layer. There should be one in here. Roof railing. Okay. Now, before I put the roof on the roof layer, I'm just going to bring in the design center. And I do have a chunk of roof here. Slope ceiling symbol, we'll need that. Where'd it go? There it is. Okay, let's put it closer. Stair symbol, we'll need that. Okay. I'll bring in some stairs. It's easier to just put them on the right layer that way. We're not ready for windows yet. Point load 6.6, we'll bring one of those in. I'm just going to move it quite a bit closer. 6.6, so those are my 6-inch by 6-inch posts. Okay, overhead door, we'll leave that for now. Okay, all of these, L1 symbol, I'll bring that in, I'll explain what that does. Okay, some of these line types, you know, layer just isn't going to be good enough because I have them set up, you know, like the hidden layer, dotted line, but when you go to 1/4 inch scale, it doesn't show up as a dotted line, and so I've scaled the line types, and instead of, okay, so elevation setup we don't need, and I'll show you what I'm doing a little farther into the drawing. Okay. I'll get rid of this out of our view. And what did I do all that for? Oh, I didn't bring in what I wanted. There's a chunk of roof here. 412. Everything's showing there. 612, 812. Well, we have a 512, so we can bring that in. Bifold door, fireplace, floor plan. Oh, I know why I'm not in basic. Okay, well, I'm gonna get out of here. Okay, and I gotta find it here. Tutorial package. Basic blocks. and then blocks. Okay, that's why I couldn't find it. I was in the penner drawing, although it should be there because I brought it in to that drawing as well. Okay, stair symbol, here it is, roof plan. Okay, good enough for now. Okay, I'm just going to explode everything so they'll go onto their right layer, and then I'm just going to match properties. Okay, we're going to put, that's the roof. Okay, I do a little thing here where this is your PGP file. If you've got my PGP file installed, you're going to be able to do this. But when I go LA for layer, I get it on the command prompt. Okay, if I go -LA, I get it on the dialog box. Okay, and dialog box sometimes is a little. It's way better in the later versions of AutoCAD, but this one is not so handy. So I have mine set up. LA is just bring it up on the command prompt, and now I can just turn off, and I can hit the asterisk or the star, whatever that is, for all. Okay, it's asking me, do I want to turn the current layer, which is 0 off, and I just say no. Okay, and so that pretty much leaves me all my walls. Okay, we can get rid of these lines, and the stairs aren't on the right layer, so let's do that. Let's select them, zoom in a little bit. Okay, all those stairs. Okay, I can see something here. Let's get rid of this. This line is actually a stair, and then we'll draw another line from there to there, which will be on the wall layer. Okay, so now when I select all these, I'll put them on the stair layer. Stair. Yeah, I know it's frozen. Okay, these two right here, I'm going to put on the beam layer. Okay. Okay. The rest is wall. Oh, that little window thing. Okay, let's put that on the beam layer. That's the beam over top of the window. Okay. Now, this little puppy should have been on utility. Utility. Okay, all these layers are frozen. Okay, so that just leaves me what I want on wall. Okay, so I'm just going to select them all, and I'm going to put them on wall. WLL. Okay, now I'm going to go layer, on, same thing, asterisk, and there they're all on. Cool, eh? Okay, now the big reason for doing all of that was, of course, to find this point right here. I'm going to move this little guy closer. Okay, so I have a beam that's going to run right down here. We talked about it when we were talking about cross sections in another tutorial, that this is going to be an open ceiling with rafters at a 5/12 pitch, and the back of the house here is going to be a flat ceiling with trusses. Okay, so I need to mark that, and I'm going to copy. Actually, I don't think I need to copy. I can move this whole thing here. I'm going to put it right there. Okay, that's a very heavy dotted line. Okay, what you see is what you get. Okay, there's some text that says slope ceiling, which I'm going to put somewhere around there. I'm going to move to match up to it. Okay, again, this is just preliminary drawing. Okay, this little puppy here, we're going to move it. We're going to move it right there for now. We're going to copy it over there, and then rotate it. Now the reason I'm doing all this and not drawing another line is because this line type is very specific, and okay, where were we going to put this? Oh yeah, right in line with this. So this wall here is going to be the break of the slope ceiling to the flat ceiling. Okay, so if I extend it to this wall, okay, and then I trim, and then I trim again. Okay, so that's the boundary. I'm just going to trim to this text. There's two texts there. Let's get in closer. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to trim again. Get rid of that. Okay. So it's a lot longer on one side when you're inside than it is on the other, but we think that'll be fine. Okay. Now, the other thing is we can ask the truss company to build us trusses here and a gable there. Now, why don't we do that? They could offset. No, we have a beam. Okay, we're going to leave it for now. We have a few possibilities, but for now we're going to leave it like this. Okay, so now if you look at what we're trying to do here is make this all glass. This is where the view is. We're also going to have rake windows in here. You'll see that when we do the elevation, windows over top of other windows. The tops of those windows will be at the same pitch, be at the 512 pitch, and we call them rake windows. Okay, so this is just like a wall of glass. Now the trick here is to make it, to divide it up evenly. Okay, and so a lot of math again, and I hate math, and so I came up with a way of doing this. I had to do a little bit. Okay. Fool around with it a bit. I came up with 3-foot windows. Let's have a look here. Okay, let's go here. Okay, you can see that's a 6-foot, so that's 2 3-foot. The doors, they'll have glass in them. And then everything's even spaced until you get to here, and it's a few inches out, but nobody's ever going to notice that. And so distance from here to here, 1'6". Distance from, let's do this one, here to here, 1'6". 2 feet, 1'6", 1'6". Okay, then we have a little bit of an anomaly here. Okay, so anyway, that worked out really well. I'll show you the front elevation here. Bit cheating a bit. Okay, so tell you what, let's just rotate all of this, all of that from about there that way. Okay, now you get a better idea. Okay, so there's the there's the wake windows on top, and there's the 512 pitch. We put 14-inch rafters, and we put a big beam down the middle with posts. Okay, so that's what we're going to end up doing. A bit of cheating. Okay, so let's go back to our drawing and lay that out. Okay, so offset 18. Okay, from that corner, 36, 18, 36, 24, 36, 18, whoops, 36, and 18. And then we start our door for 6 feet. So offset 6 feet. Okay, and that works. Okay, you can trim. I'm just going to use a fence, depth for fence. Okay, and trim again. Okay, you can do all of these. Get rid of this to show our windows. We can do the door. Actually, let's do the door this way. DOR to bring up the list routine. I want it to go out that way. I want a 0 offset. And strike location, I want double doors, so I'm going to go way out to there. Select opposite side, and I want 36-inch doors, and there they are. Okay, here I'm just going to draw a line. And okay, let's change it. Again, this line type has been set up, scaled. Whoops. Undo, explode. There we go. Okay, now match properties. Okay, we'll do this one. Okay, that'll change it. We'll do this one, and we'll do this one, and we'll do this one. Okay, we can just copy to there, to there. You guys got multiple copy on your newer versions. It's quite nice. Okay, and we'll do another one over top of the door. I'm kind of jumping. These are structural members. That L1 is a 2 by 10s. There's a legend that we'll use, and we will designate all of the structural members. Okay, I put windows corresponding to these windows over on the side here, but I made them bigger. I made them 5 feet. They'll just be picture windows. It's always a nice feature in a house to have that extra light. But again, they may take it out because they've got their prelim now scaled, and they're going to imagine where their furniture is going to go, and maybe those windows have to leave. But I'm going to rotate that one there, bring it around to there, so it's the same distance. Whoops, extend. There, trim, and I'm going to offset 5 feet. Actually, let's just do 3 feet. Offset 36. I'm thinking that's what he's going to change it to. Keep going in the wrong direction. I'm clicking, clicking, clicking. Okay. And okay, I can copy these 2 items from the inside, and then go to the inside, go to the outside. Okay, and then trim. And I'm just going to draw a line down the center and match properties, and then just copy it over. As soon as I get to copy, I'm really clicking all over. Okay, I lost the line here because I rotated it. It's on the wall there. Okay, now we have to tell them what size these windows are. So we're going to steal some text. Okay, so if you've downloaded the font and put it in, you'll have this font. Okay, when we do windows and doors, when we're labeling, we always label width first, same as room sizes and all the rest of it. Always width first in construction. And we work in feet and inches. Okay, so these are 3-foot windows. I'm going to make them 6 feet tall. Okay, and so I'm going to change this to 3060. Okay, 3060. feet 0 inches by 6 foot 0 inches. And you just hope that they've got a professional framer who doesn't read that as 30 inches by 50 inches. Okay, I'm going to change this to rake. I'll have cap locks on. Rake over. Okay, so that when they're reading this plan view, they will look at the elevation to see what the rakes look like. Okay, then I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to hit M for multiple. You probably don't have to. Right from the center to the center. Oops. Copy. Select objects. That's that one and that one. Multiple. And then base point. Okay. I'm just going to copy some text and turn it around the other way. Double it up. And then move it with ortho off to about the same position. And then I'm going to say, oh no, they are 3060 this time. I'm going to copy this text and just go over here. Okay. Copy some more. Okay, doors are the same way. Actually, we'll do them different. Copy. Okay, we'll stick it right there. Even though it's a double door, we'll list each one separately. 6, 8. It is possible to have a 3-foot door on one side and a 2-6 on the other. Okay, we'll move this guy over here. Okay, now we'll continue with windows here. You know, some people like to have a window right here, light up the stairwell as they're going downstairs. I don't believe I put one in for them. Let's have a look here. Nope, I didn't. Okay, and there's this area right in here with the stairs. When you go downstairs into the basement, it's an 8-inch wall. And of course, these stairs run right by it. And so that's thicker. Plus, you want another 2x4 wall built on the inside of that so you can insulate it. And so that's why that becomes so heavy here. Now, he's only going down 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 risers that affect this. And when you're looking at his elevation, okay, he's building into a hill. Okay, this is the other side of the house, but you can see here. And so if our stairs are about where my crosshairs are here, and this is the top of the floor, he won't have concrete. Okay, so it really depends on how he digs his hole and pours his concrete, whether or not those stairs will stick out. Okay, so that's something that has to be done on site. But I didn't put a window up here. He may call for one later, but we'll go ahead and put a window in this office, in the bathroom, and so on. Okay, so tutorial A. Okay, where are we? Okay, well we're just going to put a window here. Now, some people like big windows, some people like small windows. This is a preliminary drawing that they get to change. They may want a bigger window here, but typically a bedroom is going to get something like 4 feet wide by 3 feet high. And so that's what we're going to do for now. We'll just make this, that is our center line. Okay, we'll come off there 24 inches to give them a 4-foot opening. Match properties. Okay, and then a line down the center. That'll go on the beam. Match properties. Okay, so that's our office window. Now here, he does want a window, but typically we'll have a shower in this tub. It'll be tiled, or it'll have a tub surround, so that you can use it as a shower as well. And they'll just draw a curtain or a glass door, slide back and forth. So this window, we'll put it in the center of the wall. We will make it 4 feet wide, so offset 24. But we will only make it 1 foot high, and we will elevate it. Okay, so it's up above the either ceramic tile or tub surround of that shower. So it'll just be a 1 foot high window high up. It'll just let light in. If they decide to buy an opener on it, then it'll let the steam out as well. Why isn't that trimming? Let's have a closer look. That looks good. Okay. Anomaly trim. We'll pick that one. We'll pick that one, and it won't go. Okay, I'm just going to extend. Whoa. Now trim. Oh, that tub is in the, is this tub? Yeah, it's all a block. I wonder if we explode it. And then trim. We got rid of the tub. I'm just going to draw another line here and put it on the tub layer. Okay, match properties, we'll put these guys on the wall there. We'll trim, get rid of this weird thing here. And match properties, find something on the beam layer, and there we go. Okay, this one, he actually wrote sizes for the master bedroom. They've put some thought into it, and they want 3 feet wide by 5 feet high, and they want them either end. You can see they're going to put their bed in the middle. So I'm just going to offset 12 inches, and then offset 36 for a 3 foot window, and offset 12 and 36. Okay, extend them out to there, and then trim the whole works. I love fence. Okay, fence. Okay, and then we'll get rid of these guys. Okay, we'll draw a line for the, seems like a lot of fooling around, but when you go to do your dimensioning now, you have a line to dimension the center of that window. So it does all this extra little work. Now again, there is a window lisp routine about like it's too involved a window, and it just causes trouble. Okay, we have nothing along this side. This is the side that the road is on, and so okay, time to go. See you in the next tutorial.